Why is it rational and reasonable to conclude that Jesus Christ rose from death on the third day after his crucifixion? As we talked about first, it's rational or it's reasonable to conclude that Jesus did indeed die, that he didn't swoon, that he wasn't replaced, but that instead he really was dead, and his friends and his family knew that it was his body that they were taking down off the cross and placing into a tomb. Now here's our second thought. Why is it rational to conclude that he rose from death? First things first, we have to note, no one has ever found Jesus' body. If someone would find Jesus' body, then the jig is up. There is no sense to Christianity. And so this would have been the very first thing that the opponents of Jesus would have done. If indeed they could produce the body when his disciples were claiming that he had risen from death, they would have produced the body. They would have said, "Here is Jesus." But they didn't. The claim that the disciples made was that they had gone to the tomb where he was laid and found it already empty. Now, some have suggested in modern times, Jesus would not have been placed in a tomb. Jesus would have been thrown with other condemned criminals into a place called Gehenna outside the city of Jerusalem, a garbage heap, a dump, essentially. Yes, almost certainly true. The Bible deals with this fact. Some of Jesus' followers go to the Roman governor and ask, can we have his body? Can we not have done with it the standard thing that's done with convicted criminals' bodies? And he grants them that request. If he had indeed said, no, we're going to throw his body in the dump like everyone else, then it would have been quite simple for these opponents to say, you guys are lying about where Jesus' body has been. You guys are lying about it. It was in the dump. Easy to steal from the dump. No one until the modern era made that suggestion. None of the ancient opponents of Christianity suggested that Jesus' body was thrown in the dump because it wasn't thrown in the dump. Because it was a matter of public common knowledge that certain of Jesus' followers had taken his body and placed it in a tomb. The location of Jesus' body was known to his followers and his opponents alike. And on the Sunday after his Good Friday death, that tomb was empty. What happened to the body? We'll keep talking about other theories in the next video. Thanks for watching.